Worldcomedü. Elite Children's Classics.
Aesop's Fables. Sour grapes. A hungry fox tried to eat a bunch of grapes, which were hanging from a tree. But he couldn't get them because they were too high. So he gave up trying to eat them and went away thinking, "Those grapes were probably sour anyway." Some men are the same as the fox. When they aren't skillful enough to get what they want, they make up an excuse and say it's not their fault. Actions speak louder than words. Some hunters were running after a fox, trying to catch it. The fox saw a man who was cutting wood and asked him to help him. The man told the fox to go into the barn. Soon after, the hunters arrived and asked the man if he had seen a fox. The man answered, "No." But when he spoke, he pointed a finger toward the barn, where the fox was hiding. But the hunters believed what the man said and didn't see the man point, so they went away. When the fox thought it was safe to escape, he came out of the barn and started to run away. The man was angry with the fox for not thanking him, and he yelled at the fox. The fox called back to the man. "I would have thanked you, but I saw you pointing to where I was hiding. You wanted the hunters to catch me, and you tried to trick me by saying you didn't see a fox." This story is for men who speak kind words, but can't be trusted when their friends' backs are turned. Fools die for want of wisdom. A group of animals chose a monkey to become their king. The monkey danced with joy. A fox became jealous of the monkey. The fox saw a trap set with a piece of meat in it. He took the monkey and showed it to him and said, "Here is a delicious piece of meat I have saved for you, because you are the king. Please take it." When the monkey tried to take it, he got caught in the trap. He yelled at the fox for tricking him. The fox said, "What a foolish king you are, monkey." If you make a careless mistake, people will make fun of you. Look before you leap. A fox fell into a hole filled with water and could not get out. Soon, a goat came to the water hole because he wanted to get a drink. The fox saw the goat and had an idea. He told the goat how wonderful the water was and invited the goat to come down into the hole. Since the goat was thirsty, he went down, not thinking about how he could get back out. After drinking, the goat asked the fox how they would get out. The fox said, "I have an idea. If you will be so kind and put your feet on the wall and stand on your back feet, I'll climb up your back, then your horns, and I'll be able to get out, and then I'll pull you up." The goat agreed. The fox quickly climbed up the goat and got out of the water hole and started to run away. The goat called up to the fox and said, "You broke our agreement." The fox came back and said, "You are a foolish goat. You shouldn't have come down into the water hole unless you knew how to get out." An intelligent man never starts a project until he knows how he can finish it. Men and Lion. Once upon a time, a man and a lion were traveling together. They were both talking very proudly about themselves. By the road, there was a large piece of stone, and on it was a picture of a man killing a lion. The man pointed his finger at the picture and said, "You see? Men are stronger than you, lion." The lion smiled and said, "If lions knew how to make pictures on stones, the picture would be the opposite. You would see a lion on top of the man." Don't talk with too much pride about yourself because you may be proven wrong. A bird in the hand. A lion was just going to eat a rabbit, which was sleeping, when he saw a deer run by. So he left the rabbit because he wanted to have the deer instead. He ran after the deer for a long time, but he couldn't catch it. So he went back to where the rabbit had been, thinking he would eat it. But when he got there, the rabbit was gone. "Oh, well," said the lion, "I should never have let go of the food I had in my hand to go after better food that wasn't in my hand." Men are sometimes like this lion. In searching for something better, they sometimes lose what they already had. A plotter outplotted. An old sick lion was lying in a cave, and all the animals came to visit him, except the fox. The wolf started speaking badly about the fox, so the lion could hear. He said the fox didn't care about the lion, and that's why he hadn't visited him. The fox arrived just in time to hear what the wolf was saying. When the lion saw the fox, he was very angry, but the fox said,
"Please listen to me. Which of the animals here have helped you more than I? I have traveled to many places looking for a doctor who can make you well, and I have found him."
The lion asked how he could become well.
"You must take the skin off a living wolf."
Answered the fox,
"and put it on yourself while it is still warm."
The lion believed the fox and quickly killed the wolf. Then the fox said,
"The wolf shouldn't have made our Lion King angry when he's sick, but should have tried to make him feel better."
The man who makes secret plans against another man often plans his own failure unknowingly. As good as his word. A mouse ran over the body of a sleeping lion. The lion woke up and caught the mouse and was planning to eat it. The mouse begged the lion not to eat him and said he would save the lion's life if he ever needed help in the future. The lion laughed and let the mouse go free. Soon after, the lion was caught by some hunters and tied to a tree. The mouse heard the lion's cry for help and quickly ran to where he was. He freed the lion by chewing on the ropes with his teeth. Then the mouse said,
"You laughed at me before because you didn't think I could ever help you. But you see, even mice can save lives."
A change in luck can make the strongest man need the help of a weaker man. A lesson learned too late. A bird which was in a cage was near a window and sang only at night. A bat who heard her singing asked her why she never sang during the day. She explained that there was a good reason. She said,
"Once, while I was singing during the day, I was caught and put in this cage. And since then, I know never to sing during the day again."
The bat then said,
"It's no good trying to be careful now. You should have been careful before you were caught."
The lesson here is that it's too late to be sorry after you have already made a mistake. Caught on the blind side. A deer, which was blind in one eye, went to eat some grass near the shore. It stood so its good eye was looking toward the land, and its bad eye looking toward the sea, because it didn't think any danger would come from the seaside. But some men were coming toward the shore. They saw the deer and shot it. As the deer was dying, it thought,
What bad luck I have! I was trying to keep myself safe from danger, which I thought might come from land. But the sea, which I thought was safe, is even more dangerous.
Sometimes the things we expect to hurt us don't, and the things we thought were safe are not. Bitten but not shy. A sick lion was lying in a cave. He said to his friend the fox,
If you want me to get well and live, go out and trick a deer to come into the cave. I will eat it. I need its meat.
The fox went out looking for a deer. He saw one playing in the woods. The fox said,
Hello, I have come to tell you some good news. You know that our king, the lion, is my neighbor. Well, he is sick and will die soon. He is thinking about which animal shall be king when he is dead. He said the pig is too foolish. The bear is lazy. The leopard becomes angry too easily. And the tiger has too much pride. The lion says the deer is the best animal to become the king because it is tall, lives a long time, and has horns that make snakes afraid of it. So you have been chosen to become the new king. The lion talks to me about everything, and I must return to him. He may need my help. I think you should also come back to the cave with me and stay with him until he dies.
The deer felt so full of pride that he went to the cave with the fox, thinking there was no danger at all. When they got to the cave, the lion immediately jumped at the deer. But he was only able to scratch the deer's ears with his claws. The deer escaped quickly into the woods. The fox and the lion were both very disappointed that the deer got away. After a while, the lion begged the fox to try and trick the deer to come back again. The fox said,
It's a difficult job, but I'll do it for you because you are my friend and sick.
So the fox went out searching for the deer again. He saw some men and asked them if they had seen a deer. They said yes and pointed to where the deer went. Soon the fox saw the deer. The deer was very angry and said,
You evil fox! You won't catch me again. If you come near me again, I will kill you. Go and trick another animal who doesn't know you to make king. Are you afraid of us, your friends? When the lion caught your ear, he wanted to talk to you and tell you about your new job. being a king. He's so sick. It was an accident when he scratched your ear. Now the lion is very angry with you and wants to make the wolf king. I think he would be a bad king for us. Please come back with me and don't be afraid. The lion will not hurt you, and I only want you to be my king.
With this cunning speech, the fox once again tricked the unlucky deer to go back with him to the cave. As soon as the deer entered the cave, the lion quickly killed and ate it. The fox watched, and when the heart fell out, he ate it. The lion was searching for the heart, and the fox said,
You can stop searching because the deer didn't have a heart. What kind of heart do you think you'll find in an animal which came into a lion's cave twice?
Men who want power and honor often can't see the dangers that wait for them. Slow but sure. A tortoise and a rabbit were having an argument about which one of them was faster. Before they parted, they made an appointment for a certain time and place to have a race to decide who was faster. The rabbit was so sure he was faster that he didn't worry about losing. During the race, the rabbit lay down by the side of the road and took a nap. The tortoise knew how slow his own movements were, but he crept along, never stopping to rest. He passed the sleeping rabbit and won the race. A man who is born with talent is often the loser because he doesn't try as hard as those who are less talented. The reward of the wicked. An eagle and a fox became friends and decided to live near each other. The eagle flew to the top of a very tall tree and laid her eggs there, while the fox had her babies in a bush at the bottom of the tree. One day, the fox went off searching for food. The eagle was feeling hungry and decided to fly down to the fox's home. She took the fox's babies up to her family and they ate them. When the fox came back, she saw what had happened. She was very angry with the eagle and wanted to do something, but she couldn't because she was on the ground and the eagle was up in the tree. A short time later, the fox was able to get even. Some men were burning something in a field, and the eagle flew down by them and took a piece of what was burning and carried it up to her nest in the tree. Just then, a strong wind started, and the eagle's home was on fire because of what she had brought back from the field. The eagle's babies couldn't fly, so they were burned and fell to the ground. The fox ran to where the baby eagles fell and ate them all up as the mother eagle was watching. The lesson of this story is that people who cunningly break a friendship may escape the anger of their powerless friend, but they can't escape the anger of God. The punishment of selfishness. A horse and a donkey were traveling with their master. The donkey said to the horse,
Please take part of my baggage if you want to save my life.
But the horse refused. The donkey became so tired that he finally fell down and died. The master then put all of the baggage and the donkey onto the horse's back for him to carry. The horse began to cry out, "What terrible luck I have! I wouldn't help the donkey carry some of his baggage, and now look at me. I have to carry everything, even the donkey." The lesson of this story is that the strong should help the weak so both can live. When a man means business. A bird once made his home in a green cornfield and gave his babies young pieces of corn every day. One day, the farmer came out to the field to see how big his corn had grown. He said, "It's time to cut the corn now. I'll call my friends and ask them to help pick it." One of the baby birds heard what the farmer said and told its father. Then he asked him if they should leave the cornfield because it might become dangerous. The father said, "Don't worry about going yet. The man who asks his friends to help him is not in a big hurry." When the father came again and saw the corn getting old, he said, "I must hire some workers to pick this corn tomorrow." The father bird heard this and said to his babies, "Now it's really time for us to leave and go to another place, because when a man helps himself and doesn't depend on help from his friends, the work gets done." Metamorphosis. A cat was in love with a handsome young man, and it begged Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty, to change her into a woman. The goddess felt sorry for the cat, so she changed her into a beautiful woman. When the young man saw her, he fell in love with her and took her to his home to be his wife. While they were at home, Aphrodite wanted to know if the cat's nature had changed after she was changed into a woman. So she let a mouse go free in front of her. The woman immediately forgot where she was and jumped off the sofa to run after the mouse. Aphrodite then changed the woman back to her natural form, a cat. A bad man is like the cat. He can pretend to be good, but in his heart he'll always have a bad character. Nothing to lose. Two donkeys were traveling together. One was carrying a basket filled with money, and the other was carrying a basket filled with barley. The donkey, which carried the money, walked along with its head high in the air, shaking the bells it had on its collar. The other donkey followed along quietly. Suddenly, some thieves jumped out and attacked them. The donkey carrying the money was cut with a knife, and its money was stolen. The thieves didn't think the barley was very important, so they didn't take it. The injured donkey began to cry about his bad luck. The other donkey said, "As for me, I'm glad they thought I was not important enough. I lost nothing, and I wasn't injured." The poor live safely, while the rich live in constant danger. Hoist with her own petard. A farmer had a goat and a donkey. The goat was jealous of the donkey because he had so much food he couldn't eat it all, but the goat didn't. One day, the goat said to the donkey, "You work much too hard. You always carry heavy things and work many hours in a day. I've got an idea. Why don't you pretend to trip and fall into a hole and injure your leg so you can rest for a few days?" The donkey thought it was a wonderful idea. So he tripped and fell into a hole, and he was injured very badly. The farmer called a doctor to take care of the donkey. The doctor said the donkey would get better only if he drank some soup made from a goat's lung. So the farmer killed the goat and made the goat soup to give to the donkey so it would get well. When you try to trick someone, sometimes you end up tricking yourself instead. Every man to his own trade. A donkey was eating in a field. All of a sudden, he saw a wolf running toward him. So he pretended to have a hurt leg. The wolf came up to the donkey and asked him what was the matter with his leg. The donkey answered, "I have a thorn in my foot. You should pull it out before you eat me, or you'll hurt your mouth." The wolf didn't think it was a trap, so he picked up the donkey's foot and looked for the thorn. While the wolf was looking, the donkey kicked him in the mouth and broke all of his teeth. The wolf cried out,
I should have been more careful. My father taught me to be a hunter, and I shouldn't have been trying to be a doctor.
Profiting by experience. A farm dog was sleeping in front of a barn when a wolf attacked him. The wolf was just about to eat him when he said,
Right now I'm very thin and weak, and not delicious. If you wait a few more days, my master is going to have a wedding, and I'll be able to eat a lot of food and become fatter.
The wolf agreed and went away. A few days later, the wolf returned to the farm looking for the dog so he could eat him. He saw the dog high up on the roof of the barn and called up to him to come down and keep their appointment. The dog called down,
If you ever catch me sleeping on the ground again, don't wait for a wedding feast.
An intelligent man who has escaped from danger will be careful when faced with the same kind of danger for the rest of his life. Spare the rod and spoil the child. A student stole his friend's notebook and took it to his mother. The mother didn't scold the child, but just laughed. Another time, the boy brought her a coat he had stolen, and still the mother didn't scold him. She laughed only more. The boy grew up to become a man and continued to steal. But one day, he was caught by the police, and they were going to kill him for his bad actions. His mother went to say goodbye to him. The man said he wanted to whisper something in his mother's ear, so she got closer. Just then, he bit his mother's ear. The mother was shocked and wanted to know why he had done such a terrible thing to her. The man answered,
When I was a child, you should have scolded me for stealing that notebook. Then I wouldn't be here now, about to be killed.
When mischievous children aren't scolded, they go from bad to worse. Springtime and winter. One day, Winter was arguing with Spring. He said,
When you come, no one stays quiet. Everyone is always moving. Some walk in the woods. Others are picking flowers and putting them in their hair. Some even travel in ships across the sea, visiting men in other countries. Now, I am the ruler who has a lot of power. I make men look down at the ground and not up at the sky. I sometimes make them stay inside because they are afraid of me on cold, snowy days.
Yes, said Spring, and so men would gladly see you gone forever. But with me, it's different. They think my name is very nice. When I'm gone, they have pleasant memories of me. And when I come back, they are all full of happiness.
The Gentle Art of Persuasion. The north wind and the sun were arguing about which one of them was stronger. They made an agreement that whichever of them could make a man take off all his clothes would become the winner. The wind tried first. But its strong wind made the man feel cold, and he put on more clothes to feel warmer. Soon the wind became tired, and the sun tried. It was shining down on the man, and the man became a little warm, so he took off his coat. Then it became warmer until it was very hot, and the man quickly took off all of his clothes and jumped into a river which was nearby. This story tells that very often gentleness works better than force. What a piece of work is man! On the earth, the animals were all made before man, and God gave them different powers, such as strength, speed, or wings to fly. Man was standing in front of God and asked why he wasn't given any powers. God said,
You do not know what I have given you. I have given you the most wonderful and special power of all. You can think.
Then the man understood and was happy and thanked God. All men were given God's special gift, the gift of thought. But some men are foolishly jealous of animals who can't think as intelligently as they can.